Well, DreamWorks has done it again with a new fantastic addition to their animated collection with The Wild Robot. So, The Wild Robot, I'm going to throw up their Rotten Tomato score on screen. It currently sits at a high 90s for both the critics and the audience. So, you got to be thinking, is this film really that good? And I got to tell you, this film is really that good. I was really impressed by everything in this film. First off, the animation was great. The style that they chose was really unique and different from other DreamWorks films, and it was able to tell the story in a great and fun and interesting way. So, animation, great. Storytelling was great. I was kind of interested to see how they were going to do a film with a robot and all animal characters, and they just did it so well how they were able to have the robot Roz interact with all of the animals on this secluded island. It was just really neat. And the storytelling and the character development and the emotional impact of the film was really the heart of this film. Like, we are given Roz, who is a robot who can't really develop into really anything and is forced to reprogram herself to live on this island and make friends with all these animals and is unexpectedly forced into raising a goose egg. And throughout this film, it was just cool seeing these character interactions and how they dealt with their situations, like Roz being forced to relearn stuff and try to learn new things as a robot, as into raising the goose. It was just cool seeing that development Roz went through to become a mother, basically. And the other development I really enjoyed was the inclusion of the fox, Fink, and he went from this predator type animal that had no friends because he's a lying fox to becoming friends with Ross to the point where it's just has her as one of his only friends, and they build this great bond together to where they basically raise the egg together. It was just cool seeing all of these interactions and how they dealt with them, and the emotional impact behind these characters was just really well done. And I think the core of this movie comes down to motherhood, as Roz is shown being forced to raise an egg that isn't her own, and she's given the task to make sure he could live and grow and be strong enough to migrate. And Roz is forced to reprogram herself to be able to take on these difficult tasks of raising a child, becoming a mother. And it's just the relationship between a mother and a child is the heart of this film, and the relationship a mother could have with anybody, really. And it really just comes down to love, and love that one shares to other people, because that, as shown in this film, love can go a long way in somebody's life. And I feel like this is the kids' movie that we've been needing for a while. It's just a great story with a great and fantastic message for really anybody who's watching this film. And by the end of the film, it had me even thinking of my relationship with my own mother. And I even went and called her this evening, to see how she's doing and check up on her. And it just helped me want to make sure my relationship with my mother was in a good sounding way. So I hopefully you enjoyed this movie review, and I hope that you, if you've seen The Wild Robot, have enjoyed it as well. And I want to encourage you all to make sure you check in on your mother every so often, and make sure to tell her thank you for everything she's done for you. Just like this movie shows that mothers are important, mothers are amazing, and the love that they share can go for miles and miles, and they could reach anybody. So, thank you all to all the mothers out there, and thank you for all that you've done. We really appreciate you. So thank you all for tuning in today for this review of The Wild Robot. If you liked what you've seen here, make sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel so that you can be notified for any future content. So without further ado, I will see you all next time.